Welcome to Agro TV, where the legends of farming's past come back to life. Today, we count down 13 vanished classic tractors that revolutionized agriculture. These were not just machines, they were milestones in the evolution of farming. From early gasoline-powered giants that replaced horses, to mid-century icons that brought comfort, power, and reliability, each tractor on this list changed the way farmers worked the land. They plowed tougher soil, planted larger fields, and made harvests faster and more efficient than ever before. Some became beloved for their rugged dependability, others were bold experiments ahead of their time. But progress is relentless. New technology, shifting markets, and changing needs meant these once great tractors eventually disappeared from the fields. Some were too costly to produce, others were overshadowed by newer designs. Yet their DNA still lives on in today's modern machines. In this special countdown, we honor the mechanical pioneers that made farming faster, stronger, and more efficient. Tractors that didn't just work the land, but transformed agriculture forever. So, settle in, imagine the deep rumble of those old engines, and join us as we bring these vanished legends back to life. Only here on Agro TV. Number 13. The Hart PAR 30 from 1917 is a landmark in tractor history, not only for its robust performance, but also because the Hart PAR company coined the very term tractor itself. Built during a period of rapid industrial growth in American agriculture, the 30 was designed to replace steam engines with a more efficient, internal combustion alternative. At its heart was a two-cylinder, horizontal, water-cooled engine producing roughly 30 horsepower at the belt and around 18 at the drawbar, more than enough to pull heavy tillage implements across vast Midwest farms. Its massive flywheels and distinctive hit-and-miss firing cycle gave it a rhythmic chug that became iconic in rural communities. Weighing several tons, it featured a steel frame, large spoked wheels, and a basic operator platform, reflecting a no-frills focus on power and reliability. Though far from comfortable, it was highly durable and simple to service, making it a favorite among early adopters of mechanized farming. The Hart PAR 30 didn't just move soil, it moved the entire farming industry forward, ushering in a new era of petroleum-fueled efficiency. Could you imagine American agriculture without the raw strength and innovation that machines like this delivered over a century ago? Number 12. The Caterpillar 60, introduced in 1925, marked a defining moment in the evolution of heavy-duty track tractors and laid the foundation for Caterpillar's global reputation. Born from the merger of the Holt Manufacturing Company and the C.L. Best Tractor Company, the 60 combined the best of both engineering philosophies into one powerhouse machine. Its massive four-cylinder gasoline engine produced roughly 60 drawbar horsepower, making it one of the most powerful tractors of its time, capable of handling the toughest farming and construction tasks with ease. Unlike wheeled tractors, the 60 rode on continuous steel tracks, providing superior traction on soft or uneven ground, which made it invaluable in agriculture, logging, and road-building projects. The machine featured a rugged open-frame design with high ground clearance and minimal operator comfort, but it excelled in raw pulling power and reliability under brutal conditions. With its unmistakable profile and deep, throaty exhaust note, the Caterpillar 60 quickly became a symbol of American industrial strength and endurance. This wasn't just a tractor, it was the iron backbone of a transforming landscape. How do you think the world of construction and farming would have developed without this legendary crawler blazing the trail? Number 11. The Cox Hut 30, produced from 1946 to 1957, holds a special place in Canadian agricultural history as the first production tractor in North America to feature a live power takeoff as standard equipment. Developed in Brantford, Ontario, just after World War II, the Cox Hut 30 emerged during a time of modernization, when farmers were looking for machines that could boost efficiency without sacrificing simplicity. Powered by a four-cylinder gasoline engine producing around 33 horsepower, it delivered dependable performance for plowing, cultivating, and powering attachments, with options for diesel and LP gas versions arriving later. Its innovative live PTO allowed implements to run independently of the tractor's motion, a game-changing feature that improved versatility and safety across a wide range of tasks. The design combined functionality with style, featuring streamlined sheet metal, bold red and cream paint, and a comfortable, well-positioned operator station. With its forward-thinking engineering and solid reliability, the Cox Hut 30 became a favorite among small to mid-sized farms across Canada and parts of the United States. In an age of rapid innovation, how important is it to remember the quieter revolutions, like the one this tractor started? Number 10. The Minneapolis Moline UDLX Comfort Tractor, introduced in 1938, was a bold and unconventional attempt to merge farm utility with automotive comfort, decades ahead of its time. Released during the Great Depression, it was designed not just as a field tractor, but also as a roadworthy vehicle, capable of reaching speeds up to 40 miles per hour and legally driven on public roads without modification. Under the hood, it packed a robust 4-cylinder engine producing around 50 horsepower, delivering more than enough muscle for plowing, hauling, and belt work. But what truly set the UDLX apart was its enclosed, automobile-style cab, complete with a heater, electric starter, windshield wipers, speedometer, and even a cigarette lighter, luxuries unheard of in traditional tractors. Its Art Deco styling, smooth fenders, and dual-purpose design made it visually striking. Yet its high price and niche appeal meant only a few hundred were ever sold. Despite limited commercial success, the UDLX Comfort Tractor was a visionary machine that challenged the boundaries of what a tractor could be. Could it be that this forgotten hybrid was simply too far ahead of its time for the world to appreciate? Number 9. The Case Model L, produced from 1929 to 1940, was a powerful and durable row crop tractor that helped solidify J.I. Case's presence in the expanding world of mechanized agriculture. Introduced just before the Great Depression, the Model L was designed to tackle large-scale farming with a strong focus on power and reliability. It featured a massive 4-cylinder gasoline engine that delivered roughly 40 horsepower at the belt and over 30 at the drawbar, making it ideal for heavy tillage and belt-driven tasks like threshing. Weighing several tons, the Model L had a long, sturdy frame with high ground clearance and optional steel or rubber tires, allowing it to adapt to different terrains and farming practices. Its open operator station was basic but functional, emphasizing simplicity and serviceability over comfort. Though not flashy, the Case L became a dependable workhorse on countless farms across North America, appreciated for its torque-rich engine and rugged build. In a time of economic hardship and technological transition, could any machine have better embodied the grit and determination of early 20th century farming than the Case Model L? Number 8. The Avel agricultural motor, launched in 1903 by British inventor Dan Albone, is considered the world's first successful petrol-powered tractor and a true pioneer of mechanized farming. Built to be simpler and lighter than steam engines, it featured a single-cylinder Dion Boughton engine producing around 8 horsepower, enough to pull implements and drive machinery via a belt. Its 3-wheel design, chain drive, and air-cooled engine made it compact, easy to maintain, and ideal for smaller farms. Weighing less than many competitors, it reduced soil compaction and was far more maneuverable in tight spaces. Though basic in comfort and appearance, the Avel was revolutionary, proving that internal combustion could be practical in agriculture. Could this unassuming little machine be the true starting point of the modern tractor era? Number 7. The Lanz Bulldog, built from 1921 to 1960, is one of the most iconic and enduring tractors in agricultural history, especially in Europe, where it became a symbol of rugged reliability and mechanical simplicity. Developed by Heinrich Lanz AG in Mannheim, Germany, the Bulldog was created in response to the need for a simple, durable tractor that small farmers could operate and maintain with minimal tools and training. Its most distinctive feature was its single-cylinder, horizontal, 2-stroke hot bulb engine, which ranged from 6 to over 50 horsepower across various models and could run on low-grade fuels like crude oil or even waste oil. This slow-revving, low-maintenance engine became legendary for its deep, rhythmic exhaust note and ability to start with nothing more than a blowtorch and a strong spin of the flywheel. The Bulldog's modular design allowed parts to be easily swapped or repaired in the field, which proved crucial in rural post-war Europe where resources were limited. Visually, it stood out with its upright engine cylinder, compact frame, and wide steel or rubber wheels, while the driver's position remained open and minimal. Despite its basic appearance, the Lanz Bulldog was an engineering triumph, so much so that it was licensed or copied in countries like Argentina, Australia, and Spain. It was equally at home on a small family farm or pulling carts through war-torn cities during Reconstruction. The Lanz Bulldog didn't just power fields. It powered recovery, resilience, and an entire era of European agriculture. In a world that often chases complexity, could the simple brilliance of the Bulldog teach us something about lasting impact? Number 6. The Avery 25-50, built during the 1910s by the Avery Company of Peoria, Illinois, was a towering symbol of early American mechanized agriculture. An era defined by brute force, oversized steel, and the ambition to conquer the prairie with gasoline power. Designed to compete directly with the steam traction engines that had dominated large-scale farming, the 25-50 was among the largest and most powerful internal combustion tractors of its time. Its name denoted its impressive ratings: 25 horsepower at the drawbar and a staggering 50 horsepower at the belt, all driven by a massive four-cylinder vertical gasoline engine, weighing over 10,000 pounds and stretching more than a dozen feet long. The 25-50 was built to pull gang plows through tough Midwestern soil and power large threshing machines with ease. It featured a gear-driven transmission, exposed flywheels, and chain steering, with large steel wheels outfitted with cleats to claw into the earth and transfer its considerable weight into usable traction. Starting the engine was a two-person task involving careful timing, physical strength, and sometimes a well-placed kick to a stubborn flywheel. But once running, the slow-revving motor delivered a steady, torque-rich performance that earned the tractor a reputation for dependability. Its open operator platform was perched high above the frame, giving the driver a commanding view of the field, but offering no protection from the elements, noise, or heat. Despite its crude ergonomics, the Avery 25-50's mechanical simplicity and raw durability made it a popular choice for large-scale farmers transitioning from steam to gasoline. It was part of a competitive horsepower race among early tractor manufacturers, each vying to build the biggest and most capable machine for breaking the vast, untamed lands of the American heartland. Although the rise of more versatile row crop tractors in the 1920s eventually rendered machines like the 25-50 obsolete, their legacy remains etched into the foundation of mechanized farming. With its towering frame, thunderous exhaust, and commanding presence, the Avery 25-50 was more than just a tractor. It was a monument to the raw ambition of an agricultural revolution. In today's world of precision farming and compact efficiency, could this iron titan still stir admiration for the sheer muscle that once powered a nation's fields? Number 5. The International Harvester 1586, built from 1976 to 1981, was a high-horsepower row crop tractor that represented the peak of IH's 66 series. A bold blend of brute strength, advanced features, and classic American styling. Launched during a time of rapid technological evolution in farming, the 1586 was aimed at large-scale operators who needed serious muscle for heavy tillage and demanding fieldwork. At its core was the turbocharged six-cylinder DT436 diesel engine, producing around 161 horsepower at the PTO, making it one of the most powerful two-wheel drive tractors of its day. It featured the 16-speed torque amplifier transmission, allowing on-the-go shifting under load, and was praised for its torque backup, durability, and simplicity of maintenance. The spacious operator cab, known as the deluxe cab, offered amenities like air conditioning, sound insulation, and ergonomic controls, making long days in the field far more bearable than with earlier models. Its bold red paint, squared-off lines, and vertical exhaust gave it a commanding presence, and it quickly became a favorite among farmers who valued power with no-nonsense dependability. Though overshadowed later by newer series, the 1586 left a legacy as a tough, straightforward machine that could take on just about anything the land demanded. In an era of computerized tractors, do you think machines like the 1586 still hold a place in the heart of true hands-on farmers? Number 4. The Massey Ferguson 1150, produced from 1967 to 1972, was a bold step into the high-horsepower arena and quickly gained a reputation as one of the most powerful and aggressive two-wheel drive tractors of its era. Introduced during a time when farms were growing larger and equipment needed to keep pace, the 1150 answered the call with a massive 8-cylinder Perkins diesel engine that cranked out approximately 135 horsepower at the PTO. Its big block V8 layout delivered a deep, throaty rumble that made it as intimidating to hear as it was to see, especially with its long, squared-off hood, dual exhaust stacks, and imposing stance. The tractor featured a multi-power transmission that offered on-the-go shifting under load, along with hydrostatic power steering and improved hydraulic capacity, giving it the muscle and control needed for heavy tillage, pulling, and powering large implements. Inside, the operator's station was basic but comfortable, offering improved visibility, wide steps, and conveniently placed levers that made long workdays a bit more manageable. Despite its thirst for fuel and heavyweight frame, the 1150 became a symbol of brute force and simplicity, earning respect from farmers who needed raw, unrelenting power. As modern machines add layers of complexity, can the legacy of the MF 1150 remind us why straight-line power and mechanical grit never go out of style? Number 3. The Whitefield Boss 2 to 155, produced from 1976 to 1988, stood tall as the flagship of White Farm Equipment's Field Boss series, representing a perfect blend of raw horsepower, practical engineering, and modern operator comfort during a pivotal era in agricultural machinery. Developed at a time when American farmers were demanding greater productivity from their machines, the 2 to 155 was engineered to meet the needs of large-scale operations with a heavy-duty, no-nonsense design. At its heart was a turbocharged 6-cylinder Hercules engine displacing 530 cubic inches, producing approximately 150 horsepower at the PTO, with robust torque that made it well-suited for deep tillage, heavy plowing, and powering large implements. The engine was paired with White's 16-speed over-under transmission, which allowed seamless shifts on the go and offered flexibility across a wide range of field conditions. Mechanically simple and easy to service, the 2 to 155 earned a reputation for reliability, especially in areas where dealer support and parts availability favored practical, user-maintainable tractors. What truly set it apart was its futuristic silver cab, a standout in both design and functionality, featuring wide, tinted windows for superior visibility, a well-insulated interior that reduced noise and vibration, ergonomic controls, and optional air conditioning that made long days more bearable. The bold silver and black paint scheme gave the 2 to 155 a modern, almost space-age aesthetic compared to its green and red rivals, turning heads wherever it worked. It rode on large rear tires with a balanced weight distribution, offering excellent traction in the field while maintaining a smooth ride on the road. While it may not have achieved the iconic status of competing models from John Deere or International Harvester, the White 2 to 155 carved out a loyal following among farmers who appreciated its blend of power, simplicity, and distinctive style. It represented a confident stride into the modern age for White Farm Equipment, a company that had evolved through mergers and rebranding but remained committed to practical, performance-driven machines. In an agricultural world often dominated by familiar giants, could the Field Boss 2 to 155 be the bold, silver underdog that proved innovation and identity still matter in the field? Number 2. The Farmall Regular, introduced in 1924 by International Harvester, was the first mass-produced row crop tractor and a true game-changer that redefined how American farmers worked their fields. Before its arrival, tractors were bulky, single-purpose machines or limited to stationary and plowing tasks, often forcing farmers to rely on teams of horses for cultivating between rows. The regular shattered that mold by introducing a revolutionary tricycle-style design with a narrow front end, high ground clearance, and adjustable rear-wheel track, allowing it to straddle crop rows for cultivating, planting, and harvesting, all with one machine. Powered by a 4-cylinder gasoline engine delivering around 15 drawbar horsepower and 27 on the belt, the regular was versatile enough for most farm tasks while remaining compact and relatively lightweight for its capabilities. It featured an open operator station, gear-driven transmission, and steel wheels with lugs for traction, though later models offered rubber tire options. The Farmall regular was designed with affordability and simplicity in mind, enabling small and mid-sized farmers to embrace mechanization without the complexity or cost of earlier steam or large gas tractors. It quickly became a staple on farms across North America, changing the relationship between man, machine, and the soil by replacing the traditional team of horses with a single multi-purpose tool. Its red paint and streamlined silhouette would go on to influence an entire generation of Farmall tractors and establish the iconic visual identity of the brand. Perhaps even more importantly, it sparked a shift towards specialized row crop machinery, influencing competitors and helping propel the rapid modernization of agriculture throughout the 20th century. The regular's ability to perform multiple functions without damaging growing crops made it a symbol of efficiency and innovation in an era where every dollar and every acre counted. As the first true row crop tractor, the Farmall regular didn't just cultivate fields, it cultivated a new way of thinking about farming itself. In a world now filled with high-tech precision equipment, can any machine claim a more fundamental impact than the one that gave farmers their first real taste of total mechanization? Number 1. The Waterloo Boy, produced from 1914 to 1923, stands as a landmark in the transition from steam to gasoline-powered farming, offering farmers a more affordable, efficient, and user-friendly alternative to the bulky and complex steam traction engines of the early 20th century. Built by the Waterloo Gasoline Engine Company of Iowa, it represented one of the earliest commercially successful gasoline tractors, and its influence reached far beyond its production years. The most iconic version, the Model N, delivered around 12 drawbar horsepower and 25 belt horsepower through a slow-revving, horizontal 2-cylinder engine that became famous for its rhythmic chug, simple mechanics, and dependable torque. The engine ran on gasoline or kerosene and was started with a hand crank, featuring exposed moving parts, massive flywheels, and an open frame design that made repairs straightforward and field-ready. Its chain-driven rear axle and gear transmission were innovations at the time, offering consistent power delivery in a package that farmers could maintain themselves. With its bright green paint and yellow wheels, the Waterloo Boy was both functional and distinctive, setting a visual standard that would later become synonymous with the John Deere name. In fact, its importance cannot be overstated. John Deere's 1918 acquisition of the Waterloo Gasoline Engine Company was a turning point in agricultural history, as it marked Deere's formal entry into the tractor business and laid the foundation for a century of leadership in farm equipment. The Waterloo Boy remained in production under the John Deere brand until 1923, when it was replaced by the more refined John Deere Model D, but its cultural and technological legacy endured far beyond that. Rugged, simple, and reliable, the Waterloo Boy proved that internal combustion tractors could be powerful, efficient, and accessible to the average farmer, a concept that would revolutionize global agriculture in the decades that followed. So, as we marvel at today's GPS-guided machines, could it be that this humble green pioneer was the true seed of the modern farming revolution?